I'm vaguely aware that you'll be able to hear this in the replay, but I'm just waiting for people to turn up and for the link to come up and all that sort of stuff. I'll do an intro in just a second. I shouldn't be allowed technology because I'm terrible at it. Get some viewers into this. And I'll put it on my page as well, see if any viewers on my page want to jump in and join in the fun. Share. Right, so that's the links posted out. So ladies and gentlemen, you join me for a momentous occasion in the world of motorsport. This is Mature Racing Club versus P1 Racing Community, aka Bunch of Cuns. And yeah, tonight we're in for two races. There's going to be a 30-minute race at Bathurst, which you see in front of you, and then a 30-minute race at Red Bull Ring. I don't know which is first. I'm assuming, I am just genuinely assuming it's Bathurst first, because that's the one that Bobby's got loaded up. Sorry, my phone's going nuts with this stuff. Page, yes it is. That's gone on there. Perfect. Right, if you're in watching this, drop me a comment. Let me know who you are. Who's racing with them, etc., etc. It'll certainly prove to be a interesting thing about the race tonight that maybe wouldn't appear immediately, obviously, as we're using just one car for this. So we're using the Audi TT GR4. So this is a front-wheel drive only Group 4 machine. They are notorious for being probably the quickest car in the Group 4 category, but you need a specific skill set to drive it. I don't know if I've got time to get out and do any laps. I don't think I have. Dark Smoker. Yeah, cheers Dark Smoker, mate. I'm assuming you're streaming your POV tonight. I'm going to work on the assumption that you are. So Dark Smoker's driving in this, but in a different lobby. There's 3 lobbies in total. I'm going to get out and see if they'll let me do a lap. I'm probably going to get caught up in qualifying, but let's see. Go to track. Yes, I need a Group 4. Let's see. Have I got an Audi TT? Yes, I have got an Audi TT. Not the Audi TT, but I've got an Audi TT. Well, let's get out. We'll just do like an out lap. No, Kate. You're not streaming. All right. Well, good luck in your race, mate. I know you're on track tonight as well. I was looking forward to re-watching a sweary Smoker stream later on tonight. That's all. So a lot of names in here that you will recognise from my streams of past. Obviously Dawson is in the room. We've got ADG in here as well. We've got Burnt Fly. Zuzims you won't have seen a lot of because I've never raced him in like a lobby or anything. But I know of him, and he's going to be the one to watch for me. Let's see what I mean. I've spanned it into one. Yeah, Zuzims and Dawson are definitely the 2 races to watch. Fabuki, what are you doing? Fabuki, you just want to be... I'll just push you along, mate. Is that the MRC livery you're rocking there, Fabuki? I thought some of the boys were having trouble getting it applied to the car. Oh no, he's getting out of the way. Oh, he's going to spot a bit. Oh, that was close. Look, he's drunk already. I got that wrong. Bathurst, yes, an incredibly technical circuit. We raced here in the Infinity GT League not so long ago, so I'm quite familiar with the circuit. And to be fair, I was very tempted to race in this tonight, but there was a lot of drivers putting their names forward for Mature Racing Club, and I was like, you know what, they probably could do with a commentator, so I'll just commentate instead. And it's fine for me because it's not like I'm ego driven or I'm alright with it, so we'll talk about the other boys and girls doing this. Yeah, so the Audi TT has this thing, and what I'll do is I'll just plug the power down now. Oh wait, that's not a very good way to show it. I'll show you on another corner. Basically, it torque steers like an absolute beast. It's not as bad as the Sirocco. Pump it in now, and I was pretty much full lock to the left there. So you've got to be a bit gentle on your throttle application. With it being front engine, front wheel drive, the weight transfer might be an issue. Maybe not, to be fair. I don't think it is a big issue going down the mountain. I was fine with it. Red Bull Ring, that's a lot of direction changes, and keep the thing with the Red Bull Ring, and I'll talk you through it when we get there. That is pretty much all going to be about momentum of speed through the circuit. So it may be that's sort of a track where you probably pick to brake a few metres earlier than you normally would, just so you can guarantee your rating speed. That's probably all it is. We are commentating on the top league right now. So these are the best drivers that both groups have to offer to us. So again, I will talk you through who is in the room. We'll do that during the little qualifying session. Oh, you can pin it through. Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, we'll talk you through the drivers in the little 5-minute quali. It's a bit better through Skyline. Bouncing off the rev limiter, that's not good. Oh, Bobby, you dick. Anyway. I want to set a good time around here anyway against these lot. For some reason my stream is playing up a little bit. Zaffarino, how are you? Adam Wall, how are you from the Flash at the Flash? Mate, what happened again this week? What's going on? You're chaos. Right, I'm gonna exit out of this. Love this track from the Sirocco shook me. I agree, mate. I agree with you wholeheartedly. The Sirocco's have favoured smaller tracks though, so that's probably why. Alright, let me just do a little bit of a stream reload. It won't affect you guys, it's just more for my side, that's all. There we go, that's better. I can see it now. Okay, so let's talk you through. While they're on their outlap and no one really cares what's going on, let's talk you through who the drivers are and introduce you to who we'll be talking about today. So, out on track first is Temp 945254. That's the artist formerly known as Big Les Cunt. As you can imagine, with the name GT Sport, not a fan, so they've basically banned his username and now he's racing under Temp 945254. It was a GT Sport, PlayStation did it. So that is Big Les Cunt. Next up, Big Les Gun is for P1. I will add that as well. Some of the liveries, some of the guys will be rocking their liveries. Big Les Gun is rocking the P1 livery. ADG is rocking the MRC livery. But because of server issues in GT Sport tonight, not everyone's been able to obtain it. So yeah, not all will have it. So yeah, ADG is for MRC. VQS Dawson, an alien driver, he's driving for MRC as well, and probably one to watch. Him and Zuzims, two of the fastest drivers in. Speaking of the devil, Zuzims, they're all squabbling now for Slipstream. I love the P1 livery. Oh, I love the sense of humour those boys have got. So Dawson's got himself out in front, and he's going to be giving ADG a little bit of a tow, which is nice. Zuzims will be giving a little bit of a tow to Temp. I'm just going to call you Les Cunt. Then we've got MRC Bobby, the guy who organised all this. He's of course racing for MRC. Then we got a name very familiar to you all, Robusta Hood, champion of League One last season and my arch nemesis. He's racing for MRC, of course. Fubuki, another MRC driver. Burnt Fly, we know Burnt Fly from previous series as a next generation driver, but he's currently hanging around with the P1 boys, so he's in 8th. He was of course the subject of the 1 versus 1 the other night as well. The Don Dotter P1, the Don Dotter will be racing for the P1 boys tonight, as will Potter McPot. Potter McPot is an MRC member, started there, but he's representing P1 tonight. Then we got, it won't let me go to him for some reason, but let me get my control. We've got Dangleball, who is racing for MRC, as you can tell in the username, and Mocking Weeks as well is racing for P1. JRC 87, final MRC driver to talk about. We are missing 1, so we should have 14 drivers. Missing 1. Anyway, while I've been rambling on, the drivers have been deep into their actual laps. Let's just have a look at the live timing. ADG went purple, sector 1, but lost a little bit of time to Dawson in sector 2. We're going to get sector 3 times in a minute. Potter McPot went purple, sector 2, fastest of everyone. So Potter McPot is putting himself up there as well. So now we've got a lot of sector 3 times coming in, 32.8 for Dawson, so that's a good time. Bobby went purple in sector 3 though, so Slipstream is playing a key role. Dawson is just punching a bit of a hole in the air for everyone. We'll have a look at what the lap times are going to be like when they come around the final corner. Dawson punches in a 208.8. ADG beats that with a 208.6. Zuzim smacks in a 209.3. Bobby 210, made a mistake somewhere. Temp, I see Les Kun 211. Dangleball, what's he going to set? Fubuki 212, Fubuki 219, Potter McPot 218. They're going to get round to set another lap though. So some of these guys, Robusta Hood especially, 229. He's a fast guy. So final laps now. Dawson is still giving a tow to everyone behind. I don't think ADG is going to give him any trouble because they're in the same team. If anything, I'd imagine that ADG and Dawson will just work together as a team unit. Two intelligent drivers, these guys. I don't know if ADG is streaming his POV. But yeah, that's roughly where we're at. Zuzim's currently in 3rd, 209.3. He's 7 tenths shy of pole currently, but he is 4 tenths up on his best time. Zuzim's actually went purple in sector 2. Dawson isn't on for improving his time as it stands. The guys that are improving times are predominantly P1 drivers. I am just going to disconnect my keyboard and plug it back in again, just so I've got full use of everything. There we go. JRC's put a good time in though. JRC 209.9. He was getting the tow of someone up ahead as well, so he is getting the tow of Robusta Hood, so they are MRC drivers and they will be working together without a shadow of a doubt. Dawson comes across the line. Does he improve his time? I don't think he does, because he wouldn't be driving like that if he was. ADG doesn't improve either. Zuzim does improve, but it's not enough. Bobby improves up to 4th. Big Les Kun puts a good time in, he's in 6th place now. Burntfire doesn't improve. Let's see what Mocking Weeks does. Fubuki sets a better time. Potter McPot finally puts a better time in. Potter McPot 209.7, 210.6 for Mocking Weeks. Don Dot 211.1, Robusta Hood 211.8. That is qualifying done and dusted. So there's your order. That screen does not stay on for long enough if you ask me. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Race 1 of the team versus team. Mature Racing Club versus P1. MRC lock out the front row with Dawson and ADG, but Zuzims is in there to ruin the party, I think. He's going to have MRC Bobby on the outside of him. Everyone keeps it clean so far by the looks of things. T1 at Bathurst can be an absolute bloodbath, but these guys, these racing teams and leagues they're designed to they're designed for people who are fed up of the absolute chaos that goes on in sport. Everyone is a big old slipstream party headed up by AEG. It looked like Zuzims was going for a move on Bobby. He's got that made. Bobby's going to lose a place to Podham at Pot as well, who's going to slip one up the inside. Bobby's lost 2 places there in the space of a corner. So it's 2 MRC drivers, 2 P1 drivers now. Bobby is in a P1 sandwich with Podham at Pot ahead and Big Les Kun behind him. Leading the pack, ADG, currently Dawson, is looking like he wants to get past and try and get a gap built. Zuzims is starting to put some pressure on Dawson now. I will attest to the guys all leading the field are genuinely very fast guys. How's it going through the dipper? Dawson just gets a little bit unsteady. Does everyone else get further? Fubuki's a little bit wide. I think everyone else keeps it relatively calm and steady. Absolutely no issues as you come down the mountain. 13 cars streaming down in one straight single line. Slipstream party number 2 then as we come down Conrod Straight. Will ADG just let Dawson by? I'm just going to have a slip of my tea while this happens. Zuzin's going to try and make an opportunistic pass on ADG here. Dawson up into the lead. ADG defends that one. Zuzin's off into the grass. We'll just replay market that because I do want to go back and have a look at it. It looks like Zuzin's had an incident somewhere. I don't know quite what happened. We will have to just run back and have a look at that. Meanwhile, Pot and Big Les Kun scrapping. They don't want to be scrapping at this stage in the race. They're P1 boys. They need to be working together. Meanwhile, I think Zuzims all the way at the back of the grid, unfortunately. So Zuzims now 7 seconds off the back of the pack. There's already a little bit of chat about what may happen there. We will go back and have a look at that. We'll go on board with Zuzims and just see what happened. So this is coming down the Conrod Straight. He's trying to find a gap. Looks like it was just contact mid-corner, hard to really say, but then he received a whack for his troubles as well, Zuzims, and he would have recovered if it wasn't for that, absolutely no doubt about it. But unfortunately that leaves the very fast and capable P1 driver. Oh, we've had something else happen here as well. ADG's dropped right back, and what I want to say here, knowing ADG, knowing ADG, he has sort of thought to himself, yeah, there's a very likely possibility that I'm at fault, so I'm going to back off. You know what, another Bobby, what's Bobby doing up there? Bobby's in P1 against P1. This isn't on. Dawson chasing him down, Pot at Pot, now the lead P1 driver. Now he's got JRC87 breathing down his neck. JRC87 does have Big Les Kun behind him. Now Les Kun having a very good outing at this race. Fubuki leading a slightly separate train of cars though, and he's got a sea of P1 drivers all up in his grill. It looks like Mocking Weeks is going for a pass. He's gonna get that done. Is Bertfire going to try and make a move as well? I've got a feeling Bertfire's probably going to bump draft his P1 colleague down Conrod Straight. And if Bertfire goes for a move on the outside here, he'll be very brave. We saw Zuzims try that last lap and it didn't work out for either of them. And then Bertfire backs out and lives to fight another day. Fubuki, I've raced with him a couple of times before. Fubuki's a very fast bloke as well. Currently sat in 7th at the minute, which probably doesn't represent his true ability. So we're 10 minutes in, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I've about run out of breath. I'm just gonna have to take a sip of tea. This is going a little bit nuts. Dawson is past now. Let's see if with the remaining time in this race Dawson uses that time to build a gap to the cars behind. Bobby needs to stick with him as much as possible if Dawson is going to try and get away. The reason I do frame it like that is Dawson is just ridiculously fast. Bobby has built up a nearly second gap to Potter McPot. If he can extend that even more, then he can break the slipstream. Potter and JRC very close together. JRC has dropped Les Cunt a little bit. Meanwhile, a little bit further down, Mocking Weeks after getting past Fabuki. Now there's a bit of a job on to catch up to Big Les Cunt up ahead. Bertfry is now going to be using this opportunity to try and get past Fabuki. Fabuki now though is getting a tow, so that job is going to be even harder. Meanwhile, Bertfry has Zuzims behind him, and he won't want to hold. And Bertfry will just get and does it with mirrors. Into 6th position. Nice and well mannered, a little bit of lag creeping in there from someone. You can just see the room start to shake a little. Yeah, we've got some lag creeping in, ladies and gents. Exactly what happened the other day. Of course, now everyone's quarantined at home. The internet providers are going to have a job on keeping up with demand. Zuzims then is past Bertfry, now just behind Mocking Weeks. Does Mocking Weeks let Zuzims by? If so, when? Zuzims is in a sandwich now. He's got Bertfry behind. Mocking Weeks has let him by. Zuzims now has a clear run at Fabuki. Meanwhile, further down, ADG's just got past Robust to Hood, so he's now up into 12th position. His race, I'm afraid, is pretty much over unless he can redeem some points. Meanwhile, up at the front, Dawson isn't escaping Bobby that easily. Let's just see. I've not been keeping an eye on the stream chat. Single filer. Dawson's taken a break from painting his fence. Who's the pleb in the league? Welcome, single filer. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I've never seen this dude before in my life. Just shows up, ruins the party. Bobby's just pushing him along though, mate. He wouldn't be in the lead if Bobby weren't pushing him. He'd be down in 15th or something. So currently we are roughly halfway through this race. There's no fuel or tyre wear on. It's set up just to be a laugh, I think. So they're not really taking this too seriously. They didn't want people to have to put too much pressure in to do practice and stuff like that. So we are, we're basically looking at a straight fight to the end. No pit stops expected, anything like that. The boys don't have to pit for anything. So the main fights on track. I wouldn't say Dawson and Bobby are going to be fighting. Potter keeping an eye on that gap to Bobby. It's been hovering around the 1 second mark for the last 2 laps. So Potter it kind of comes in waves. He's catching up on the long bits and dropping away on the twisty bits a little bit. Just because the guys ahead are working together rather than against each other. 13 viewers now. This is good. The other story of the race, I guess, is Zuzims, who very early on suffered because ADG backed off. We'll call it what it might have been, which is that ADG might have just bumped him off the track. When I say that, I will add on that ADG is a very clean driver and he would not have done that intentionally. But if there was contact, ADG likes to play fair, and he would have just backed off. Zuzims then up to 7th after being in 13th pretty much immediately. Now chasing down Fabuki. Fabuki has been holding the fort for MRC in the midfield and doing a brilliant job of it. He's held off Burntfire and Mocking Weeks for like the past 5 or 6 minutes. Now that Zuzims is through, I guess Fabuki's got a battle of, do I let him go? He is a very fast driver. Knowing that I am losing, you know, fighting a battle that I stand a chance of winning, but not that much chance. Or do I let him go and continue just to keep the rest of them at bay, so to speak? It looks like Zuzims is going to get that move made. Coming into the chase. He's going to fight it. He's going to fight it. It's Fabuki. It's nice and clean though. Both drivers nice and clean, but that fight has led to Burntfire sneaking through as well. So Burntfire now with the slipstream of Zuzims is going to try and make it. Two P1 drivers in 6th and 7th instead of an MRC driver. So that's a good move by them too. Good racecraft and very clean overtakes as well. Meanwhile, Pleb in the lead. Vickers Dawson still with Bobby. The gap to Potter in a lap's time has shot up nearly 2 seconds to 3 seconds now. This is. So I want to say that Potter's had an issue somewhere, or maybe he's just been caught up in a battle with JRC. That will probably explain it. Let's have a look, catch up on what's going on through the field then. There's a Big Les Kun kind of turning into a lonely race in 5th place now, which he won't mind at all, to be honest. He will potentially be opportunistically waiting for JRC to fall into his claws through the course of the race if him and Potter continue to scrap. The gap to Zuzims is 3.2 seconds. I would expect that to come down now. Now that Zuzims has some clear air, and you can bet your bottom dollar Les Kun won't put up any form of fight against him when that does happen. Burntfire 7th place, a good race for Burntfire so far. A nice opportunistic overtake made a few moments ago has saw him go up to 7th. Fabuki, the gatekeeper of the MRC, still probably has some work to do. He's got Don Dotter and Mocking Weeks behind him. So if he can keep those guys at bay, it will secure vital points for MRC. As I say that as he goes off the track. Don Dotter then, as we just said, 2.3 seconds back from Fabuki. ATG now up into 10th. He's got past Mocking Week, so ATG is starting his resurgence towards the top of the field. He's got 12 minutes left of this one. Probably another 5 or 6 laps of this course. So he's got a little bit of time to catch up, but you can bet your bottom dollar that these guys won't let it go easily. You've got Mocking Weeks behind. ATG could really do with the 2 boys behind Robustud and Dangly Ball to just help him out a little bit really and put Mocking Weeks under some real pressure. Dawson, Bobby, sorry boys, not getting much coverage. You're boring me. JRC has been on Potter's ass since the start of the race. It just proves up what difficult track Bathurst is to overtake. Potter's just made a big mistake there, and he just can't take advantage of it. Potter now can just secure his place, get himself comfortable and set up, get the car stabilised, ready for the downhill section. But yeah, Potter has dropped back, still continuing to drop back from Bobby and Dawson ahead, which tells me they're working together. Zuzims is catching Big Les Kun up ahead. He's bringing Burntfire with him as well. Burntfire's doing a good job of staying in Zuzims' slipstream. All the while they are losing Fabuki ever so slightly. Fabuki is starting to lose time to the guys ahead now. Good displays of teamwork from both sides. The guys that are paired up together, so your Dawsons and your Bobbies and your Zuzims and your Burntfires, are working together to make sure they're having a better time of it. Robustud then is past Mocking Weeks, So he can now get on with trying to chase ADG down. I say that, but Mocking Weeks is in prime position now to make an attack. So it's a question of whether Robust defends this. I don't think Mocking Weeks was going to go for that overtake any day of the week. He just wanted to put Robust off. Let's check back in with the guys up ahead as they start their 8th lap. Still chomping in those laps. Bobby is now the fastest man on track officially, 2:08.6 for him. Potter and JRC continue to lose time to the battle ahead as we see Fabuki go off in the background. Big Les Kun keeping a relatively same gap to the boys ahead. Zuzums is still catching him, so you can bet that Zuzums will be looking for an overtake within the coming laps. If you're watching, what's going on? What are you up to? Who are you cheering for? And most importantly, oh, Zuzim smacks the wall there. That's not going to help him out in his attack towards the front of the pack. There's Cut Corona here. I'm alright, mate. I'm alright so far. Oh, we've got a lot of the Vanquish boys in here. Good to see you in the chat. No, I am Corona free. At this minute in time. I did promise I'd be getting drunk on stream, by the way, but that hasn't happened, has it? I went out and panic bought alcohol on the weekend. Since my flight's been cancelled. Right, we'll come back and check up on that a little bit later on. Let's just see what's happening a little bit further down the back end of the midfield. Not an awful lot, it has to be said. Things have simmered down. Consider spamming thing. Things have simmered down a little bit. Mocking Weeks, does he go for that move on Robust? Oh, that's a beaut of a move, Mocking Weeks. I'm gonna watch that again. So we see Mocking Weeks over speeds. GT Sports OP slipstream service. Goes for a late dive around the outside. Robust does try to fight it, but Mocking had just got it absolutely stuck on the inside at that point. That's a great overtake, that, mate. So Mocking Weeks up to 11th, but you can guarantee that Robust and Danglyball won't let that one slide. Dawson and Bobby still pushing each other around the track. Dawson is Mr. Consistent when it comes to lap time. See, when he gets in the front, he kind of just stays there. I'm in a league with him and he makes me look like I'm in reverse. Bobby sticking with him though. So a good performance by Bobby so far. He's got 7 seconds to pot him at pot now. And I can tell you that Potterman Pot's a damn fine racer, so he'll be looking at that gap increasing as well and getting frustrated. But he does have JRC keeping him company still. JRC is still right there. So he's not got a shock of him just yet. Meanwhile, Zuzim's, because of that little bit of a wall tap we saw a lap ago, that cost him about a second in lap time, and has meant that the assault on the guys ahead isn't going to happen right away. He's going to have to just plug away for another lap. 6 minutes left of this one, so that's probably about 3 laps at Bathurst Talk. So time left for Zuzims to do this. He just can't mess around too much. Burnfry has fallen away there, so whether Burnfry made a little bit of an error somewhere, I'm not too sure. Fabuki still gatekeeping from Don Dotter. Don Dotter has been catching though, and A to G isn't catching Don Dotter quick enough. Mocking Weeks still ahead of Robust Hood and Danglyball. I wonder if Robust is going to go for an overtake coming into the chase. He fully decides against it. Lap 10 then for the leaders as we near the 5-minute mark of the race. QS Dawson has pretty much led from the start. Bobby led for a little bit, but once Dawson got in front, that was pretty much it. See if we've got any comment. I'm not checking the chat. I need a phone holder. You're here to boo Dawson. Oh, fair enough. That's fair enough. Do you want me to do it for you then? Boo! You suck, Dawson. Boo! Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I like Dawson. He's a good people. What was I saying? Yeah, I need a phone holder for my rig. And a cup holder. That'd be great. Right, anyway, while I'm chuntering away, Potter's lost another second to the guys ahead. So, unless the guys ahead have incidents, they've now built up a bit of a safety net. And they might even want to consider taking it steady for the next lap or two to guarantee the win. JRC now might want to start thinking about a move. So Zuzims isn't catching him that quickly. He's only took a couple of attempts out of him that lap, so he might be alright with Potter's slipstream, but he's going to want to start thinking about where he can make a move past him. JRC will know Potter very well. I think they've raced together in the MRC leagues a few times. But Zuzims is now in slipstream range. I've only just clocked that. Zuzims is now getting sucked along by JRC. So Zuzims, who was pretty much off the track, smashed into a wall, dead last at the end of the first lap, fought his way back up to 5th position and is genuinely in with a shout of a podium. So that'll be a good result for him. And meanwhile, Big Les Con has caught up now to the back end of Burnt Fry. So we'll see if these two squabble. I doubt they will. I can't imagine that the teammates will fight. Meanwhile, Fabuki has got the Don Dotter all over him. Will the Don Dotter going to move? Looks like he's going to poke his nose out. Decides against it. It's kind of not a great corner to make a move on unless it's lap 1 really, because you've just got this gigantic straight, and if you get past them, they're only going to get past you again coming down to the bottom, coming down to Buffalo. So it's most of the time absolutely pointless going for a move there. So Dawson's still pushing, last lap 2:08.6. So he's still putting in the lap times in. This is probably his penultimate lap now, probably one more left after this. Bobby just about, I say just about hanging on in there, but I wonder if he's thinking of the glory now. Does he go for a move on Dawson next lap round? Who knows? Interesting to see if JRC goes for a move on Potter. That'll be interesting to see, because Potter will probably be expecting it. Oh, I thought JRC was going to go for it then. Sort of opted against it. So these boys lapping in the 2:09s. Zuzims is catching. So Zuzims is roughly there or thereabouts. Let's see if JRC goes for movers coming down to the cutting. He is. He's going to pull out of the slipstream. He needs to get back over and defend this position, or Potter's just going to have that right back again. Great move. That's Zuzims up to P3 now. He's got 1 lap to keep that place. Pot now has Zuzims behind him. Again, teammates, so whether they fight is another matter. Let's go on board with JRC and see how that played out. Jump to Potter's in-car view. So JRC was comfortably ahead. Potter just, JRC just had the overspeed coming into the corner. I think Potter just thought better of going for a reverse move on that corner. Zuzims then, within a second of Potter met Pot. Question remains as to what happens here. Do team orders come into play? Is it going to be a case of Zuzims is faster than you? Do you understand? But I say that, and I'm sure I just saw Potter met Pot pull out then for a move on JRC 87. These guys are going to fight now until the end of the race, so this might be worth coming back to and keeping an eye on. Meanwhile, I just want to have a flick through the field and see what else is happening. Big Les Con and Burnt Fry still together, but it's probably unlikely they're going to fight. Fabuki's got to keep Don Dotter behind him. Relatively easy to keep a car behind you through this section, but when you come down to Conrod, that's when it's going to get interesting for these boys. ADG needs to get in that fight ASAP. Mocking Weeks has lost out to Dangly Ball somewhere, but so has Robusod. Robusod now dead last, which is not good for him. Bobby and Dawson come down Conrod for the last time. We'll probably flip back to you boys, but for right now, this is where the action is. JRC v Potter v Zuzims. And you'll watch the overspeed in action then. So Potter is clearly going to be the faster car now. Did JRC pull the trigger a lap too early? Can Zuzim sneak through with Potter? Oh, he can. That if this happens, that's a great team move. Oh my days, what a move. 2 cars in one. JRC 87 will be annoyed at that. Did he pull the trigger a lap too early? I'm not too sure. Is Potter going to let Zuzims by? I don't think he is. Zuzims and JRC 87 to the line. Big congratulations to Bobby, who won that one. Dawson must have backed off somewhere along the line. I'm not too sure what happened there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Dawson span it on the line and gave the win to Bobby. JRC finished 5th, Bertfry 6th, Big Les Con 7th, Fabuki in 8th, with the Don Dotto in 9th. HG came home in 10th, with Mocking Weeks finished 11th, Dangly Ball in 12th, Robusod in 13th. We'll get the race results up on your screen now. Did your driver finish where you want them to finish? Alright then, let me just load this up. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted tonight. Aren't I? What's going on here? There we go. Alright then, let's have a look at the results of that race. So, Bobby comes home the winner. Much to the dismay of the entire P1 racing community, no doubt. But yeah, he wins, I think, purely because Dawson just handbraked it over the line. Pot gets the last podium position, with Zuzims securing 4th. A great race for Zuzims, it's got to be said. Not great in the traditional sense, but he'll be happy with the result, I think, based on what happened on lap 1. JRC 87 representing for Mature Racing Club, probably disappointed in the end of that one, but he held off Potter for an entire race. So him and Potter were racing for the entire race. And then the rest of the results as confirmed on the screen. Okay, so now we pack the cars up and go to Austria for the Red Bull Ring circuit. So I'll see if I can hop in the car and get a quick lap in. I don't know if Bobby will just start qualifying straight away. You took the win in race 1, did you? Oh my god! Absolute G. Did you, mate? Who was in the lobby that you're in then? I don't know what lobby you're in, mate. I can't remember looking. Dawson, if you're watching, mate, you've got a lot of love in the chat, and by love I mean abuse, from your vanquished buddies. Sean Daniels, great racing. It was, mate. It was some good little battles all the way through the pack, I think, and that's what makes these races interesting. Let's get out on track and have a look at what the Red Bull Ring circuit has to offer. Well, I would if this glitch didn't keep happening. Alright, I don't know if anyone knows how to fix this, because it keeps happening to me. Yeah, I can't do any laps for you guys because I'm stuck in rear view. This is what GT Sport think I can race with. Lobby 3. Alright, okay. Well done for the win though, Smoker. I told you you could race. Why won't this work? Yeah, we can't give you any laps. What we'll do instead, we'll go on board with someone else and we'll show you what it's like. Who shall we pick? Oh no, I'm stuck in rear view. Wait. Let's try that. There we go, I can look forward now. I hate this game sometimes, mate. No, I wasn't, mate. What happens is, you know when you use the keyboard to look, obviously through the race, and one of my favourite views is going to the car ahead and looking back. Well, whenever you do that, for some reason, then when you go to track next, you're stuck looking backwards. And it's a keyboard thing, I'm sure of it. But, God knows. Right, let's get out there. See what's going on. Single file, I don't think he listens to the stream, mate. I'm gonna hazard a guess as he doesn't listen to the stream, mate. Because no doubt it pipes up by now. So Red Bull Ring, I'm not too sure whose choice this was, whether it was MRC's choice or P1's, I'm not entirely sure. Each team got to choose a track. It would have been interesting if they'd done this in the rain. Braking too early, actually. So while the boys are having a break, we'll just smash around the circuit for a little bit, and you can sort of get a driver's eye perspective. A slower driver's eye perspective, because if I was racing this, I probably wouldn't be in this lobby. As you can probably tell by my dreadful driving. Alright, let's go for a lap of Red Bull Ring circuit. So turn 1 then, uphill braking zone, you can brake a little bit later than you think. There's a little sausage curve on the inside that if you get it just right, you shave a few tenths off your lap time by smashing that. You see that there? I always end up missing it. I've took it a bit cautiously into T1 purpose there. Could have took that a lot quicker. This here that you see is officially a corner, so this is officially T2, but don't ask me. Turn 3, another uphill braking zone. You brake a lot later than you think. I broke a lot earlier than I thought. Some of the boys might choose to go around that in second, you know. You're out of first straight away and it just seems to careen you understeer anyway, so you might want to pick second. Who knows? Now this is where it gets interesting. Downhill braking zone. What I like to do is late apex. I missed it there, but a late apex usually sets you up quite nicely for this little section. You want to get yourself back over to the right, look for the marshal's post, brake just before it, almost coast into this corner. I'm not pushing at all, coast into that corner. It's all about getting this corner right. You want 2 wheels over here and then smash the fall down, not literally, for a good exit. What I might try and do now is shut up and actually put a decent lap in. Not my fastest track. So Dawson's just put a 134 in, for example. So I'll probably be in the 140s. That was a 137, for example. So not very good. Quali in 5 minutes, yes Bobby, thank you. I will be out of your way by then. Some random hooligan doing laps on your track. Yellow flags, alright, was that for? It's for ADG. I'll keep it in third. But an early change up instead. I just felt a bit more comfortable going down to first there, I don't know why. Brake a little bit later than I was here to remember, but not too late. Downhill braking. Yeah, I messed that up. Completely messed that up. I broke about 5 meters later than I did before, but that was enough just to send the car into a crazy understeer dimension. And I got that completely wrong. Yeah, I'm no good at this track. Well, I could learn it with practice, but there we go. So the chat's quieting down. What are you all doing? Why aren't you talking to each other? 1:36. I'm coming for you, Dawson. Only 2 seconds to go. The thing is, you go on board with Dawson, you don't know how he does sometimes. I know there's probably quite a few of the VQS drivers in the chat that are probably wondering what the hell I'm going on about, but I'm just a pleb, mate. Like, I literally started taking this game remotely seriously about, what, 4 months ago? And before that, barely even playing it. 2 minutes? Wait, your counting has gone way off. Let's cut this corner, there we go. Get out of it. Was it a corner cutting penalties off? Oh, I'm just going to smash the last corner then. Alright. Put a brilliant lap time in and I'll all wonder what I'm doing. That's commentator pleb doing like 1:30s or something. No, I won't be. Alright, I'm literally playing zero finesse to this lap. Zilch. Which is probably my issue. Let's cut this. There we go. Oh, here's Reg. Got another P1 driver in the room. Alright, let's get ourselves out of this so we don't end up qualifying. We'll spectate instead. Dawson didn't give me the win. I'm not saying he did, it's just what it looks like. All I saw, mate, on the replay was him handbraking it across. I didn't save the replay anyway, so I'm kind of have to leave you to it. But no, I've got to hand it to you, mate. It was fair and square from what I saw. You hung with the guy for the 30 minutes, so. Super softs, yes, Reg. Super softs all the way, not messing about, mate. Everyone on them supers. Dawson's off-roading. Full wet. Right, predictions for this race then, guys. Any? What do you think is going to happen? So, quali has begun. So, only a 5-minute. Dawson's in chat. It's like tough love, isn't it, Dawson? Dawson's going to be painting fences. Right, we'll see what happens. There's plenty of fences in Austria for him to paint. One right there, look. Okay, so the first man out on track was Zuzims, but he's backed off. No, Bobby's just twatted Zuzims. Oh, that's great. yeah, what they'll be doing now is giving each other a little bit of space so that they can slipstream party. This is just the outlap, don't forget, so yeah, they'll be slipstreaming themselves all the way. So ADG currently is the one punching a hole in the air for everyone. He's backing out. I don't know whether they're all in a chat coordinating this. Was it a love tap, Bobby? Is that what that was? Is that what you're gonna... Is that what you're saying? So Dawson now is going to be the pace setter for everybody else. He's going to be giving Dangly Ball a tow. Dangly Ball didn't do too well in the last race. Fabuki's in there as well. Then so is ADG. Reg GT guy is a P1 driver. I turned up late to this one. Don't know too much about you, Reg. I do apologise, but I have seen you in lobbies and I know you're quick. So let's see you mix it up there with all these plebs, yeah. Bobby, last race is what I'm going to say. Last race's winner. He's going to be getting a bit of a tow off the P1 driver up ahead. Let's just keep an eye on Dawson as he aims to complete this lap. What I want to do is this. Purple belongs to Zuzims, 23.7. So he's 4 tenths quicker in the first sector than Dawson is. Alright, we'll do sector 2 timings when they all get through there. And we'll see who's fastest. So far, 5 minutes, enough time to do 2 laps. I should imagine. So you got an out lap, 2 fast laps. So you've kind of got to commit to being happy behind the guy you're behind, or in front of the guy you're in front. Or if you like Dawson, you can just bugger off into your own little world and just go about your business that way. Certainly nothing wrong with that. So let's see what Dawson sets then. It's a start of 10. Dawson gives us 1:34.0. These times are just going to come in too fast for me to commentate over them. So once everyone's set 1 lap, we'll just do it. It'll be easy. It'll just be easy. We'll do it that way. I've already clocked Zuzims this time. He lost a ton of time somewhere in Zuzims. Right. So everyone's set a lap. So. Provisional pole belongs to Dawson, 1:34.0. Nearly 2 tenths quicker than the guy behind. This is ADG, who's now let Fabuki by. So I don't know whether ADG's given up on that lap. It looks like he has. P3 at the minute is Burnt Fry. A good lap by Burnt Fry, 1:34.7 for him. Reg GT in 4th. Really mixing it up there with these guys. Is our Reg. So he's done a 1:34.7. Fabuki in 5th, good performance from Fabuki so far, 1:34.8. Don Dotter in 6th, a 1:34.8 as well. Bobby at the minute is languishing down in 7th and a 1:35.1. He needs a better time. Robust Hood in 8th, 1:35.2 so far. And Zuzims, as we commented on before, is all the way down in 12th, 1:36.9. He needs a much better lap. And is 1.1 seconds faster than his previous time this time. So let's see how they act when they all come across the line then. Dawson, does he improve on his provisional pole time of 1:34.0? I don't think he's going to. I'm afraid not. ADG, does he improve? Can he do any better? No, I'm afraid not. JRC improves. Bobby improves. Bobby is... where was he? Potts improved. That's a great laugh on Potter there. He's put in a 1:34.3. Zuzims finally represents with a 1:34.5. Yeah, so Bobby, where are you? I can't even see you, mate. Where are you? Bobby down in 12th, 1:34.9, a second behind Dawson, and that's what happens. So qualifying is really close here actually. 1.1 seconds separates the entire field. Dawson's actually got enough time to do another lap. He crossed the line in that, he was that quick, he crossed the line in enough time to do a third flying lap. So let's see if he improves, shall we? Oh, he's purple. Is this going to be an improvement? He goes a little bit off track on the exit. That's not going to help his cause. 1:34.1 ultimately, so no, it's not a faster lap time. But that's Dawson on pole for this one. But importantly, he's got an MRC driver next to him in ADG. AD's very capable around this track. I've raced against him on this exact combination. He was in the TT, and he was a pain in the arse. I'm not going to lie. He was just ridiculously fast. Right, this is it then. Final race of the Mature Racing Club versus P1 special event. Team versus team. 25 minutes this one. Let's get this show on the road. There's be a lot more laps, a lot more opportunity for drivers to make mistakes. Everyone gets away well. The TTs do bog down. Big Les comes bogged down. That's going to give Reg GT guy the opportunity to sneak up, maybe. VQS Dawson does still lead to ADG going into turn 1. Potter McPott in third, and there is a pattern emerging here. He has got Zuzims behind him though, so Zuzims now surrounded by P1 drivers. Much more comfortable position for Zuzims to start the racing now. He's got a P1 driver ahead and a couple behind of him. So P1 are representing well in this one. Just because they're not leading doesn't mean they're not scoring brilliantly well. They're in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th at the minute. But currently it is the MRC driver of VQS Dawson leading the way. ADG is coming under pressure for bottom at pot for 2nd place. AD just about defends him off. But does Potter get the move done? It's gonna be close. I think AD's just gonna have it though. He does just about manage to savour that. But the problem is now AD's gonna be on the defensive. This is gonna allow... Oh, Potter, great move by Potter around the outside. I was just going to say, this is going to allow Dawson to escape. But Potter McPott now has got by early enough that he can start chasing Dawson down, he hopes. Further back then, so AD's down to 3rd with Zuzims for company, so AD's now got another threat from behind. Burntfry in 5th, a good shout for Burntfry so far, and he's surrounded by P1 brethren, so he'll be nice and secure, tucked up in there like a baby penguin in the middle of a herd of adult ones. And then you've got a sea of MRC drivers there, so we've got that leaded up by JRC87. Lescon taking a very wide line into T1 now. I don't know if that's benefiting him at all. It obviously hasn't. JRC87, and there's Bobby, who is up a couple of places. I'll give Bobby credit, he's doing well. And we've got Roberts to Hood and Fubuki. They're not squabbling, I'd say, but they're still races at the end of the day, so they're still going to want to fight each other. Then you've got the Don Dotter and Mocking Weeks, who are 2 P1 drivers kind of out of sorts here. Zuzims has managed to get past ADG. Something's happened somewhere. I don't know if I can get a hold of that. No, ADG lost that place way before the replay system started. So unfortunately ADG now down into 7th. He's had a horrible start as ADG. And I think he's actually just backed out of this one by the looks of it. I didn't catch what happened there, I'm afraid. But Dawson now is starting to run away with this. What Potter McPott and Zuzims can start to do, those work together. Zuzims just sneak through into 2nd. Don't think Potter fought that one too much looking at it. And now there was a meme posted earlier in the week where it was Pirates of the Caribbean. I think it was Pirates of the Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean, and this Seymour's on the beach, he's running away from loads of people. That's Dawson right now. So he's now got 1, 2, 3, 4, five cars bearing down on him. And these cars will all want to work together to catch up to him. So 2.2 second gap at the start of lap 3 for Dawson. Let's see if Zuzims reduces that. And meanwhile, Reg GT and Burntfly side by side going through turn 2 into turn 3. Burntfly's got the inside line, he should be able to get that move made. He backs out of it though and lets Reg take the spot. That's potentially team orders kicking in. JRC is trying to be a bit of a fly in the ointment here. He's already got past Les Kun. And now they've got Bobby bearing down on him. I want to say this track was P1's choice. I didn't really think the track choice mattered that much. Oh no, something's happened there. Someone's gone flying off the track. I didn't really see what's happened. Let's try and find out who it was first and then we can replay it. Burntfly's left the room. I don't know what's happened there. I'm really confused. Yeah, I couldn't see anything. Let's go back on with Bobby and just see what... So, because Burntfly left the room, I'm going to guess he was involved in it. Or something happens, or he's disconnected. I'm going to guess it's a disconnect. Yeah, that's a disconnect all day long. The car's behaviour tells you that. So Burntfly's unfortunately disconnected from the race. And that might have been an explanation for the lag we were seeing earlier on, perhaps. I'm not too sure, but I think at the minute in general the internet is just a little bit skippy. GT Sports servers are having issues at the minute. So MRC people around the world will be absolutely cheering on JRC and Bobby. They are trying to interrupt the P1 party in the midfield. So Bobby, the winner last time out, is really trying to stick it to Les Kun. Robus the Hood's also getting involved in this as well. So Robus up to 8th position right now. So if Fabuki can, again, Fabuki's just been having fights the entire time he's been racing tonight. This time it's him and the Don Dotter. If the Don Dotter can make that move stick around the outside, I'll be very impressed. He's still side by side. The outside turns to the inside for the next corner. Oh, I've gone away from the fight, didn't I do that? Fabuki can try and stick it around the outside, but there's not a lot of grip out there. Onto the AstroTurf he goes. If he can still be side by the time he comes out of this complex, he'll be absolutely fine. And Fabuki's held that, I think. The Don Dotter will of course be getting a little bit of slipstream from the car ahead, so Robust Hood really needs to help his teammate out here and give him a little bit of slipstream, but at this moment in time Fabuki's just lost out to the Don Dotter. That's a great move by the Don Dotter. Meanwhile, Bobby trying to get up on Les Kun. Les Kun is trying to get on JRC. Turn 1 isn't a great place to make a move, but I didn't think that Les Kun was going to go for that. I think he just wanted to put him off. To be fair, it worked, looking at it. Les Kun's got the inside for turn 3 now in vertical, so that's pretty much move made for him. Unless JRC wants to be late on the brakes, he does. JRC very late on the brakes, so goes deep. Les Kun fights back. We'll go back and have a look at that move. So this is on board with JRC then. You're going to see him just swipe to the right at the last minute. Very, very, very late on the brakes. A little bit of door-to-door contact, but just goes a little bit too late on the brakes. Just manages to get on the power in time though. Saying that, Big Les Kun just slides it around the outside anyway. There we go. I've been keeping an eye on the Zuzims situation, and it does look like Dawson is managing to pull away from Zuzims. Whether Zuzims and Potter have been fighting, I don't know. Whether Zuzims is just going to give Potter a bit of a shot at him now, I can't imagine these two guys will have been fighting. But you never know. You never know at all. But Dawson now with a 5-second lead. We're about 10 minutes into this one. chat. Someone has categorically gone off in the background. I don't know if that was Let's Come. Let's go back and have a look at that and see if it was. I heard. Yeah, it just got too late on the brakes here, look. He stuck it though, no problem with that at all. Let's have a little bit of a recap through the field. MRC Bobby up into 6th place now. Obviously with Burntfire's disconnect, that has left Les Con a little bit exposed up ahead. So if Bobby and JRC can work together now and build their way up through the field, they've got Robust Hood joining this party as well. The Don Doctor and Fubuki still battling, so these two still scrapping away for 9th place. Every point mattered, I guess, in these things, and Fubuki's going to try and stick it around the outside. That isn't going to work. Door-to-door contact with these guys. Fubuki just keeps it in there. The Don Doctor's going to have to try again. Dawson's building the gap, not that quickly. Zuzims is back in front now. I want to say Potter's let him back through, or they've been fighting or what, but Zuzims now back ahead. 5 seconds the gap to Dawson. Potter rocking Team Michelin, yes, has. Sean, yes, he has. I don't know why. I don't know. No idea if AD's left the room, and indeed why he left the room, so I don't know. But ADG's left the room, and Burntfire got disconnected because his car just went haywire. Right now, things have sort of settled down, unless your name's Fubuki, in which case you'll never settle down. This guy loves a scrap, and he's been getting involved in them pretty much the entire way through. This one has sort of turned into a little bit more of a procession now. There's got Dawson up ahead still. Then we've got 3 P1 drivers behind him. In fact, 4 P1 drivers behind him. The party has been interrupted ever so slightly by Burntfire disconnected, but Zuzim's currently rocking in 2nd place. Pot in 3rd. We've got Reg GT guy who missed out the last time, and Big Les Kun in 5th, but his 5th place is in jeopardy now. He got a poor exit out of T1. Bobby's going to try and go for a move. I think Bobby's going to force him defensive. He's going to go for the cutback. Let's see if Bobby gets this made on power. If he can get to the inside, which is Robust Hood, got massively wide. If he can get this made on power, then he's got the inside line for the downhill braking zone, and that's going to prove in his favour. If he can then just hold the apex, which he does just there. Big Les Connor's trying to try and come back at him. Great racing from these two. Bobby has been the source of a lot of P1's humour, let's just say. So it'll probably doing well to be having some fun racing with these guys. Oh, Robust Hood. Where's he come from? Robust Hood up into 8th, is he? Go on, Robust. Go on, lad. Don't you Fubuki battle though. You don't need to. Right, your teammates, play the game. Yeah. So Bobby winning out of that fight so far. We'll see if Les can come back at him. He's going to try for a move into T1. Very ambitious going for a move into T1 for any driver, really. I don't know if Bobby's just going to back out of this. He is. Track limit's been explored a little by both drivers there, I'd be honest. Every time I see the back of a P1 car, I start laughing. I can't, in fact I can. 1 minute. Oh no, I can't, it won't let me. There you go. There's the back of a P1 car. I love it. I love it. I love the humour between these boys. Oh God, wrong option. Yeah, I love the humour between these guys. They all take it in good stride. No one gets personally offended by any of this stuff. It is literally just jokes. Oh, bit of a dive bomb there, I think, from Les Gunn. He backed out of it, I think. So I think I know because he's not in front of him, but it was a bit of a shoot nonetheless. Let's see what else we've got going on. There is lots of little battles creeping up now, so Robust Hood and the Don Dot are starting to scrap. Yeah, so we've seen the Don Dot and Mocking Weeks have been trying to get past these boys the entire way around, so Fubuki and Robust are proving to be tough opposition for these boys in these races so far. Dawson maintaining a decent gap. He isn't building it, that's the key thing. So he's built it maybe a tenth or two, and he's on a personal best lap right now. But Dawson's got to be getting bored up there. He's 5.6 seconds ahead of Zuzims. Zuzims, who's still got Potter for company, Team Michelin Potter. Currently in third place. Reg GT guy not too far ahead, but these three are P1 drivers and won't give each other any headaches. Meanwhile, behind, JRC 87 and Bobby side by side coming downhill. Les Gunn's under threat from Fubuki. Can Fubuki make that move stick? Les Gunn's keeping it on the outsides. Fubuki just gets that move made. And Les Gunn now is, I was going to say in an MRC sandwich, but the Don Dot is ahead of Robust Hood now. So now Les Gunn fighting against the three MRC drivers of Bobby, JRC 87 and Fubuki. We'll see how that one plays out, because they're all good fast drivers, and we've seen that Les Gunn likes to play a little bit of mind games perhaps and put people off, and not unsportsmanlike at all or anything like that, but just sort of poke his nose out and let you know he's there, and there you go, he's doing it now. He might not even go for this overtake, but yeah, he doesn't tuck straight back in again, but he's just letting Fubuki know, I'm here, I can get past you, and I'm going to try it. And that will just make you think about the other guy into a braking zone rather than, you know, your own braking. Bobby and JRC 87 seem to be working well together there, just coming up the hill towards turn 3. They're going to be pretty eager to try and break away from this battle behind. They don't want to get sucked into it. If they can drag Fubuki along with them, that'll be even better. But these two won't want to squabble away too much. Squabbling though, don't squabble. Bobby currently leads this little train away. He's holding the fastest lap at the minute as well. We've got like 7 minutes of this race remaining. Hi Dave, Dream Faith, how are you doing? James Harbin, I'm going to assume that is as well, popping in the chat. Good to see you boys, how are you doing? Who are you cheering on, or are you neutral in this little fight that's going on? Well, I say fight. This competition. Where do you sit in it? I've got to say the battle for 5th is where it's at right now. Susan's, Potter and Reg all very close together, but not really giving each other any headaches. Oh, you just see JRC make a mistake there coming out of turn 3. He's just about recovered from it. But right now, the Don Dotter is the one that's on the offensive versus the MRC. So the Don Dotter's going to be looking to try and get a move made on Fubuki. He's got that. Let's see what Fabuki does about this. He's now in a P1 sandwich. This is pretty much where the fighting is now. This is Bobby's view, a sea of cars behind him that he just can't seemingly break away from. You can see how his times have dropped a little bit when he's been in battles and so on and so forth. So he's having to be really careful, exploring, everyone's exploring track limits there. Everyone's doing the same thing. JRC's got a run on Bobby now, and the Don Dotter is probably rubbing his hands together. He thinks if these two fight, I've got a good shot. Will Don Dotter go for a move up the inside? He's gonna go for it. He's not going to be able to get JRC, but he can get Bobby. So the Don Dotter now up into 6th position, with Bobby behind and JRC up ahead. JRC just about defends to the Don Dotter. And I think Bobby's going to try and make it around the outside. Getting involved in this scrap is... who was that? That was Les Kun as well. Some light flashing going on from the Don Dotter. That looks like Les Kun goes for a little bit of a dive bomb on... Oh, we've got some people joining the lobby now. I don't know whether their race is finished. I'm not too sure if it will have done. I assume their races have finished. So Bobby now coming under severe pressure from Don Dotter and Les Kun. Seemed like a bit late there from Les Kun. I don't know whether that's a little bit of internet lag that's creeping in, because he manages to stop it almost instantly. I guess P1 driver's going for a little bit of an adventure out to the tarmac. Checking on Dawson, it'd be rude not to. He now picks up the fastest lap of the race, a 1:33.8. Pretty commanding for Dawson, 6.2 seconds ahead now with Zuzim's behind. Zuzim's has dropped Potter now is 2.3 seconds back. Him and Reg having a little bit of a battle. They probably can get away with this, I'll be brutally honest, because everyone else is like 10 seconds behind them. So they can probably get away with having a little bit of a fight, but they don't want to get too carried away, because this is what awaits them if they do. JRC87 is currently winning out of this, and Bobby's just about hanging in there, but the Don Dotter and the Les Kun, they're relentless in their they're relentless in their pursuit of the MRC driver. Going on board with, we'll just go on board with Les Kun for a second, and he's obviously looking in the rearview mirror at everyone else as well. But don't forget, oh, he lets, you hear him let off there to let the Don Dotter through. So he's let the Don Dotter through. I'm just trying to see what the strategy might be for this. See dangly ball in the background, proper off-roading. That's some proper like strat there. At the minute, we've got Mocking Weeks at the very back of the field. Mocking Weeks will want to potentially make moves further up north. I think everyone's just given up on track limits right now. It's been a long night, and I know we are kind of used to the MRC lot anyway, and I know the P1 boys do quite a lot of long races. I tune into a lot of Dark Smoker streams, just I'll have them on in the background while I'm like doing house jobs and stuff like that, and you're racing for ages. But yeah, it's been a long old night. I'm bloody exhausted. This lockdown stuff's got me going crazy. So Potter and Reg have kind of calmed it down a little bit, but that has allowed Zuzims to scarper away. JRC and Bobby just about gapping the guys behind. So Les Kun now's got more of a defensive race than an attacking one. because Fubuki will want that 7th place, and Fubuki will attack if he feels necessary. However, Fubuki's also got the Dondota to worry about, so he really needs the guys behind to come and help him out here, and start being a bit of a pain to the Dondota. But at the minute in time, he's kind of on his own, Fubuki, in terms of battling these two drivers. So we're coming across the line for what is most likely going to be the penultimate lap for most of these drivers. The likes of Dawson may get another one in fact, will they? Maybe not. So probably the last lap for most of these guys then, as we say that. Let's see what's interesting and what's going on. It really is the battle for 8th is hotting up. The Dondota's looking to get moves made on Fubuki, and we'll see if he goes for it at turn 3. He pulls out of the slipstream but backs out of it. Fubuki tucked under the rear wing of the Audi TT belonging to Les Kun instead. Further up ahead, JRC and Bobby seem to be working together quite well. Dangly Ball's hanging on in there. And Robust Hood and Mocking Weeks. They're close together, but I wouldn't go so far as to say they are battling. So then, Mr. Dawson, who I did say last time round let Bobby win. I've been corrected, and apparently he won legitimately. Congratulations on a pole and a race win at Red Bull Ring in race 2 of the MRC versus P1 Team versus Team Championship. Zuzums brings home 2nd place. Good race for Zuzums, and finally some redemption after race 1. Reg GT guy pips Potter at the line for 3rd place. Potter finishing 4th at the end. JRC 87 and Bobby finishing 5th and 6th respectively. We've got, for some reason it just goes absolutely nuts when people finish. There's confirmation of these results anyway. We will go over them in a second. Sean Daniels, what happened to ADG? I don't know is the honest answer to that. I'm not too sure. He did leave the lobby, whether it was internet connection, because we know the servers are absolutely trash tonight, or whether it was something else. I don't know. I have no idea. And he's not been in the chat to talk to me, so I couldn't tell you. Right, let's give you a look at where everyone else finished. I'm going to save that replay because I'm going to use it for a thumbnail. Put on my pot. Yeah, so put my pot 4th, JRC 87 and Bobby 5th and 6th respectively. Big Les Kun being a bit of a fly in the ointment throughout the entire race, and a bit of a P1 pest throughout the entire thing, but he had a really good race, some good moves pulled off there by Big Les Kun. Fubuki has had a very active evening. He just about held off the Dondota eventually. Dangly Ball finishing in the top 10 with Robust Hood behind him. Mocking Weeks in 12th, and Burntfire, unfortunately, owing to a disconnect early in the race, doesn't classify. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is that's your lot from tonight's stream. Let's have a little bit of a check-in on the comments and see what's going on. If anyone wants to come and have a chat, you can do. Steve Spencer, how you doing? Yeah, congrats. Dawson and Bob Bristow. I can tell you, Bob winning wouldn't have gone down well with that lot. You would not have enjoyed that at all. You couldn't see JRC or Zuzums. You know what, mate? The servers tonight were trash. Absolute trash. I could see everyone, but I don't know. Like, Burntfire disconnected. It's the first time I've ever seen him disconnect. There was lag everywhere. Yeah, it was a bit of a shambles. Cheers, Sean. Thanks for that, mate. Cheers, Stephen. Appreciate it, buddy. I'll have the Infinity GT videos out at some point. Well, I've got time now, haven't I? Because I'm going to be working from home for the foreseeable future, so I can just do them on my lunch break. But yeah, I'll get them videos out over the weekend at some point. I've not figured it out yet. Yeah, James, you don't need to brand those, mate. big temp con. Oh dear. So what's going on then? Let's have a look. I think it might be stream ending time, to be honest. Dan Bowling, how did it go? Came 5th at Bathurst and 1st at Red Bull. Nice one, Darren. Nice one. Good racing, mate. Good racing. The one thing that I was really impressed with was it was both sides did by the sound of it, done a very good job of matching up the drivers, because the field spread was minimal throughout the entire. Obviously, you've got aliens like Dawson and Zuzims in the room, but the field spread was really good. So I think qualifying for this was like 1 second from first to last. That was quite. You don't get that in F1. So yeah, it was good. Well done, MRC. Thank you. I don't know who the winner is. I don't know how that gets worked out. Literally no idea. Bobby, if you're watching, like, give me a shout on how it all works out. Yeah, but even if, like, irrelevant of the winner, what I will say, and this is where I'll get a little bit mushy, what I will say is this: both sides of this divide, or whatever you want to call it, can sort of hold their head up. They've put on 2 good races. They've been clean throughout it. There has been a couple of little nudges, but there's always going to be a couple of little nudges because it's sim racing, for God's sake. It's not like the real life where you could actually die if you had made a bit of a rash move. On this, you can get away with it, so you'll do it. So yeah, it sounds like everyone's had a good fun night of racing, which is what we all want. Yeah, I don't know what it was like in the other leagues, Darren. I've had Smoker won a race, for God's sake, so yeah, we need to isolate him a little bit more, don't we? We need to sit him in the house with a big old bag of green and just get him quick and get him winning more races. I didn't know I was in on this, but thanks for the shout. Oh, Reg. Alright, okay. So that's gonna be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna switch off the stream here and probably get myself to bed. It won Bathurst. Nice one. Oh, I'm chuffed for Smoker. He's I think he's had a bit of a bad run in the GTTCC the last few seasons, and it's good to see him. It's good to see him winning, to be fair, because he's a good bloke. As much abuse as I give him, he's a good lad. Right, so that's it from me. I'm gonna tune out at this point. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for engaging with the channel. Really appreciate it, and I will catch you all next time.